we are going to continue reading Hate That Cat. We are currently in the month of December, and I'm thinking back to where we last left off. The last chunks of poems were kind of some personal thoughts that Jack was having, a little bit more of his personal poems. I remember he had mentioned that the cats that the teacher brought in are getting a little bigger, and he was also saying that one of them scratched him. So it's definitely not something that he is finding to enjoy. But then he discovered that Mr. Walter Dean Myers has a cat. And we know that Jack really admires Walter Dean Myers. So it's an interesting influence that could possibly change his thoughts a little bit, I'm thinking. I don't know. So let's read on a little bit more and see what else we can discover about Jack and this cat. What's going on with his mom, right? We still have some questions to be answered. December 18th. I thought you were kidding when you said that Mr. Walter Dean Myers' grown-up son, Christopher, had written a book called Black Cat. I felt like Mr. Walter Dean Myers' whole family must be in my brain. When you started reading the book, Black Cat, Black Pat, cousin in the concrete, creeping down our city streets, I thought it was going to be about a mean cat, like the mean black cat that attacked me. All the words were singing in my head, and I was thinking, wow, that Mr. Christopher Myers knows about alliteration. And it turned out not to be a mean cat. It was a sauntering and sipping and dancing and ducking cat, wandering through the city streets, just like a kid, roaming and poking around. December 19th. I read Black Cat to my mother, tapping my fingers in the rhythm, like you showed us. Hard, soft, slow, and then faster. She drew in a circle with her finger, which means again. So I read it over, tapping. And then she put her hand up, stop. And I watched while she tapped the same rhythm as she turned the pages. Hard, soft, slow, and then faster. And then she closed the book and tapped her hard, soft, slow, and then faster. Wow, that was a really powerful part. You noticed his mom was doing a lot of gestures as she read the poem. I wonder if our idea that his mother is hearing impaired is accurate, right? He's noting a lot of sign language and a lot of systems that she's using to indicate how she's reading it. Very interesting. December 20th. When you put up that one line from the Eagle poem, he clasps the crag with crooked hands, and use all those different colored chalks to show how Mr. Tennyson managed to cram in alliteration and assonance and consonants all in one line. Well, I was impressed. But that doesn't mean I remember which is which, and I will never be able to do all that stuff that Mr. Tennyson does. And did he know he was doing it when he did it? I feel stupid. I am a bad writer. I'm going to quit. December 21st. Thank you for telling me I could forget those confusing words, and that it isn't knowing the words that describe writing that is important. It is the thoughts in our heads that are most important, and that feeling the rhythm is even more wondrous than hearing the rhythm. And thank you for saying I am a genius, even though I know you're exaggerating. It's interesting that he mentions his teacher says that, because we just talked about how making that image in your mind is so important. So I wonder if you can do that for this poem that Jack wrote. It's called The Gift, inspired by Mr. William Carlos Williams by Jack. So much depends upon a black kitten in a straw basket under the Christmas tree. What are you picturing? Is there more that he didn't say that you're making up in your mind? Like under the Christmas tree? Hello, it's Christmas Day, right? It's a gift. How would you imagine, receiving a gift like that? All right, January 4th. My parents woke me so early and seemed in a hurry to rush me downstairs to the Christmas tree blinking and fire crackling. And I didn't see it right away. That little straw basket tucked to one side. Hold the phone here. I was on the floor, pawing through the packages when something moved. I thought maybe it was a mouse that had crept inside. And I jumped back. Not that I'm afraid of a mouse, but it wouldn't be my favorite thing to encounter in a pile of presents. And then I saw a blur of black fur, and I thought, oh no, 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 it's the fat black cat. Were you guys thinking that he was getting a cat for Christmas? He wrote that poem on the 3rd and then the 4th, which makes sense because it'd be after winter break. He's like writing about the experience, right? But then a pink nose, tiny black paws, and blinking sleepy eyes. A small black fur ball, not a big black fat fur ball. A kitten stumbling out of the basket and wobbling over to me and crawling up on my lap and licking my pajamas. And I forgot that I hate cats as it crawled up onto my chest and purred, and I was smiling all over the place. That's a different reaction than we anticipated from him. January 8th, so much. Inspired by Mr. William Carlos Williams by Jack. So much depends upon a black kitten dotted with white beside the photo of my yellow dog. Wow, that is a really interesting poem as well. The picture of the cat is beside the photo of his dog that he loves so much. Why do you think there's so much power in that? What do you think he's trying to say? I think he's showing us that maybe he's warming up to the cat and maybe he sees it on that same level as his dog now. January 10th, my blank is like a blank. I couldn't think of a simile. Brain broken. Can't even think of a name for the bouncing black kitten. That's how broken my brain is. I call her Kitty and Mushy and Wiggles and Flopper, but I don't have a real name for her yet. Don't tell anyone those goofy names I use, okay? They're embarrassing. January 14th. The Naming of Cats by Mr. T.S. Eliot made me laugh. Monkastrap, Bombalurina, Jelly Rum. That Mr. T.S. Eliot, is he alive? Must like cats. And do you think it is true that cats have their own secret names that only they know and their ineffable, affable names? Okay, I will unfreeze my brain now and write a simile, but I'm warning you, it might not be too good. The chair in my room is like a pleasingly plump mama. January 17th. Go on. Tell why that chair is like a pleasingly plump mama. The chair in my room is like a pleasingly plump mama, big and squishy, with stuffing poking out. That's mean to say about somebody. It's over there in the corner, sitting quietly, silently, waiting for me to come and jump in her lap and bring a book or two. Or a blanket when I'm sick. That plump mama chair just sits there waiting for me. And while she waits, she looks a little lonely, to tell you the truth. She used to have a dog to jump into her lap when I wasn't home. But all that is left is of my good yellow dog are pieces of his fur stuck here and there. And now there is a kitten, but the kitten doesn't like the yellow chair half as much as she likes my pillow. We're going to stop there. So some interesting things in that last poem, right? He said that chair was like a perfectly plump mom, and then he started comparing it to what I interpreted as his mother. Is he describing and trying to help us create this image of what his mother looks like? And then I noticed that he wants to see this cat like his dog, right? But then he's like, the cat doesn't sit on the chair, the cat sits on my pillow. So I'm wondering if he's going to have a hard time accepting this cat because it's going to be different from his dog. So we'll figure that out next time we read along, but that's where we're going to stop today.